Hello, my amazing soul family, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Jen Soy. I'm a certified life coach and also a soul whisperer. And today I bring you your March energy reading. So this month we're doing something special and we're going to be using your human design in order to create a more accurate and complete reading for you. Really telling you how you can partner with your gifts, especially with the Spring Equinox coming along. And I want to remind you that if you want to go more in detail with your reading, with what's coming up for you, you have specific questions or challenges that you want some more clarity on and want some more confidence in making your decisions and stuff like that, you can always book an individual reading with me that is going to be combining the magic of tarot as well as coaching in order for you to actually implement the things that you learn in your reading. We all know that, you can be very aware of what's going on consciously and subconsciously, but if you don't do anything about it, you're not going to get anywhere. So all my links to work and connect with me are going to be down in the description below. And if you don't know your human design, you can find out for free. It's similar to astrology where you need your birth time, birth location. So you can just Google human design and be able to see from there. It's a whole can of worms, I will say, and it's really interesting to learn more about, especially if you want some more insight on your life path, your own purpose, your gifts, and just remember that it's another lens to kind of look through and another communication tool, if you will, from the spirits and the cosmos in order to help guide you in your life. But nothing will ever replace your free will. It's all just meant to help you guide your energy, guide your decision with what you do with your free will so that you're left being able to feel successful, satisfied, peaceful, and being able to, have those nice, surprising serendipities in life. Without further ado, let's get into the reading. Hello, my wonderful soul family, and welcome to your March energy reading. As you know that we are going to be using human design today to make your reading more special, more complete and accurate of how you can partner with yourself, especially moving into this energy of the spring equinox. And we have some crystals to help us today in our reading as well. So in the center here, kind of pulling everything together, we have a clear quartz crystal. And this one is gorgeous. It is so it's so cute. I love it so much. And the clear quartz is here to help amplify the energy of this reading, bring clarity as we move into that spring equinox, that time for rebirth, planting new seeds, and cultivating your intentions. We also have blue aventurine right next to it to give you some courage, strength, and self-discipline as you finish this transition of where you are in right now and moving into the next phase of your life to be able to get ready to plant those seeds and cultivate them further. We also have rainbow fluorite at the end to help aid in the spiritual detoxification, to bring calm and peace into your mind so that you can let go and transmute of any negative energy experiences that you might have had and to change them into positive intentions and energy as you move forward. We also have some responsibly sourced sage and dried lavender as well as Palo Santo to help just make sure that the space is clear and bring some beauty into today's reading. So you can go ahead and go down to the timestamps below and find your human design energy to get your reading today. Hello, my beautiful generators, and welcome to your reading. So the first card that we're going to pull here is actually just to understand what is the energy that you're currently in right now, what it is that you might want to be aware of, what messages are coming through for where you are currently. And this card is pulling me. So you have the Princess of Pentacles. So the Princess of Pentacles is a young feminine energy. The princesses are in traditional tarot is also known as the pages. So ones who have a lot of innocence, are optimistic, and the Princess of Pentacles specifically is an earth-based card. So for you currently, I'm seeing a lot of curiosity into your projects. Perhaps starting a new project is important to you. Maybe you're wondering how it is that you can create more purpose, more meaning into your life, what it is that you're really excited about creating and bringing in those things to fruition. And especially with March being this energy of rebirth with the spring equinox, it is a great time for you to start reflecting more on what it is that you want to create in your material world, maybe within your finances or your career, even within your friendships, whatever it is that you are looking to create, really keeping that open mind and that curiosity. So we're going to do a 5-card reading to start and just get a feel for how to connect with your mind, body, spirit, soul, and all those things. And is it going to be aligned with the generator energy type? So in order to align with your purpose this month, and remember your purpose is to be here to work to build within the collective. You're here to kind of encompass your energy with other people. And we have the death card reversed. So death, I know, sounds like really scary and all that, but I swear it doesn't mean what you think it's gonna mean. It's actually a really beautiful card where it seems to be that you are completing a cycle, completing, maybe being a version of yourself that you no longer want to be. Maybe you are finishing up a career or finishing up a project that you are done with and you want to transform into something else. And the energy of this month moving into spring is really going to come to maybe letting go of that version of you. This being reversed kind of is telling me, in order to build what it is that you truly want to build, in order to help inspire other people and have people in the orbit that you want, that energizes you, that you want to work with, you're going to have to let go of parts of yourself that you had previously identified with, like this is just who I am, this is how I work, this is how it's going to be, these are the ways that I want to make my decisions, right? And really start shifting your perspective to how you can align more with being more satisfied in your work, in your relationships, and with your strategy of being able to wait to respond. Oh wow, your energy is very loud. We have the Empress. So this card is all about how to partner with your mind, how to make decisions according to that strategy of waiting to respond, saying yes and saying no to things. And the Empress was reversed, but this is what it looks like. And what I see here is this very divine feminine energy that is here, that has been nurturing, providing, always there for their kittens, and is in this luxurious resting phase where maybe you have just been giving a lot. And this also comes as a slight warning to you because it was reversed, as maybe you've been giving too much of yourself. Maybe you've been providing too much, and it's great. You have that energy, you have that defined sacral to be able to provide for other people, to be that resource. But maybe others have been leaning too much on you. Maybe you have been feeling even guilty for what you have been able to provide and not having enough for yourself. So that comes as a reminder that maybe even with has these three cards that we see so far, that March is going to be a time of transition for you into letting go of who you are so that you can start and initiate this new project for yourself in the world, in the life that you want to build, in who you want to become. And it might look like setting some more boundaries for yourself to be able to give yourself some rest and really actually giving yourself that time to respond with that clear yes or no energy, not just making decisions because of what you think you should say or this is how you have been, but reestablishing those boundaries, reestablishing your priorities so that you can make sure that your energy is also being used properly. So this next card is going to tell us how you can tend to your needs, because as a generator, you need external stimulus. You're here to build, you're here to work, you have that energy. And all these cards seem to be reversed today, which is really interesting. You might want to do some energy clearing as wow, okay. You might want to do some energy clearing as some things might not be coming through to you clearly. And in that sense, just taking some time to meditate, to visualize a white light coming down to you to clear that. This specifically being for your heart chakra, really making sure that you're tending to your needs here. And we have the Six of Sea, which we see all these kittens playing around with this great tiger in the background. And these kittens are here to tell you that you need to play more, to feel into your emotions, to really do what lights you up. This being a water card, being associated with feelings, and this being the spot for the heart, which is about water, and the Suit of Cups, if you're familiar with traditional tarot, is really showing that there's some neglect that's maybe been happening. Again, maybe because you have been overworked, maybe you're completing a project, maybe you've been giving too much of yourself. To make sure that you're giving yourself that time, that energy this month to come back into your playful, childlike nature, whatever brings up that childlike wonderment, knowing that that's not actually taking you away from your goals, but leading you closer to where it is that you want to be, that rebirth into this great tiger, this very powerful feline that you're trying to become. And with the Princess of Pentacles, we see this being related as this need to kind of reconnect with your childlike innocence, that optimism, that zest for life, if you will. And the 6 of C is going to be the thing that, you need for that. Okay, so this next card that we have for you is how to avoid your not self theme. And remember, your not self theme is feeling frustrated, feeling enslaved, how to lift or avoid this energy for you. And we have the priest, and the priest comes to you with a very strong message that it's time for you to connect back with your spirituality. Whether you've been neglecting a meditation practice, your own tarot practice, maybe even seeking a healer or a spiritual guide for yourself to get clear into what it is that you truly believe, instead of following this dogma that might be plaguing your mind, plaguing your heart, plaguing your soul, and making sure that you are avoiding those things that you don't want to be a part of anymore. We see with the Death card reversed and with the whole reading so far that March is going to be a very strong energy shift into the direction that you are meant to go, into becoming the person who you're meant to be. But with that comes this need and responsibility for yourself to look at what are the paradigms that you are operating in, why is it that you're doing certain things, what are your intentions with it. And with this being number 5 as well, we see great change. So great change specifically here within your not self theme, not letting yourself be frustrated or feeling enslaved based off of perhaps thinking that you have to hustle or work a certain amount of time, thinking that time is what allows you to bring money instead of the value that you create for others. Maybe it's within relationships, how you feel like you have to show up, how you need to give your energy, having this idea that you have to serve other people before yourselves. Whatever it is, it's time for you to really come back home to yourself, be able to make those decisions yourself, get closer with your intuition, with what it is that really matters to you, and just trust that those spiritual messages, those messages from your soul are going to be there for you when you spend the time for yourself to get clear on it. And the last card here is how can you get more of that signature satisfaction that you really want. And this is a message from your spirit to help you create more satisfaction in your life come March. And we have the Ace of C. So the Ace of C is like the beginning of the Cups clan, the C clan in this tarot deck, and it's all about partnering with your emotions, really being able to feel into the feelings of life and joy and the flow of life. So coming March, it's really time to flow, stop being so rigid in things, stop trying to give so much of your energy away, and really come home to what is it that you really want to do that makes you feel lit up, that makes you feel satisfied, and using that as your guiding compass. And this also might come as that you have been truly neglecting so much of what it is that you really want to do. Maybe in specific areas of your life, what I'm getting from this set is a lot of work energy. So in your work, where is it that you're not satisfied? You might have created great results in your life and in your business or in your career, but maybe there is something that doesn't feel aligned or that doesn't feel quite right to you. Maybe it's leaving you feeling frustrated, leaving you feeling like you're doing too much, or feeling enslaved to the boss that you're working for, the company that you're working for. And it's time to kind of recreate those seeds into this coming month. And we see this connection with the Death card as well, that as you end this last cycle, you're going to be able to renew your intentions, and just making sure that you're giving yourself that proper time and space to reflect on what it is that you truly want. Now let's see what final message we have for you from Sparkles. And this is my own deck that I am going to probably go into pre-orders and expand this deck as well. And we have for you that setbacks are just obstacles making you stronger before you get to the top of the hill. Pause and see what your spirit is teaching you. So this message comes to you as a reminder for you that if you feel like you have been really challenged lately, especially with any projects that have been coming up for you, just where life has been giving so much to other people, perhaps not putting play at the forefront, that wherever you are, there is a teaching, a lesson for you to take from that if you are willing to take it. And that lesson might draw you deeper into being able to set those intentions for yourself to have more harmony in your life. And this also comes to remind you that you are on the right path, but you may need to give yourself some more time and space, some more patience with yourself in order to create what it is that you really want to create. So that's everything for your reading in March. I hope that you enjoyed it, and Go ahead and leave a seashell emoji down in the comments along with your takeaways and let me know if this resonated with you, allowing me to see how many generators are here and even what intention that you are planting for this coming month. Hello, my manifesting generators, and welcome to your March energy reading. Today we are going to be first starting with a card to represent the current energy that you're in, the current energy that you are leading into March with. And this card for some reason is pulling my name, so let's go ahead and take it. So we have the Prince of Cups, and the Prince of Cups is actually, it's a very loving card, but also a very energetic card, as princes are also known as the knights in traditional tarot. They're here to take action, they're here to do, they're here to serve, and there is a desire to serve to the heart in this card. So really being able to tend to your soul yearnings, to what it is that you want to create, even how you want to serve others from a very purposeful way, a very compassionate way. You know, the Prince of Cups is a natural poet, a lover of sorts, and you can see that he's not like writing into action like maybe the Prince of Swords might be, being very direct and aggressive, but rather finding courage and action and taking action from a place of, you know, true desire from what they're really feeling in their souls. So let's go ahead and see how you can partner with your purpose a little bit more. Remember, as a manifesting generator, your purpose is to be here to create and make an impact, as you are a combination of both the generator and the manifestor energy types. So we have the Eight of Fire, which seems super aligned with what we see as a manifesting generator. Because you're somebody who can do multiple things, the Eight of Fire represents not waiting on any impulses that you might have that, you know, you truly want to do, that you truly want to have in your life. Anything that you have been waiting to respond to and maybe overthinking, it's not time to overthink, it's actually just time to take action, as you are here to build within the collective, you know, encompass other people into your energy, to here to make an impact. You know, find ways where you can test out what it is that you want to be creating. Maybe this is within your work life, maybe this is within your relationships, you know, maybe you want to try out date nights, or, you know, try something new in the bedroom. Whatever it is, it's time to really take action on your soul's desires and not let that energy go to waste. I'm seeing a huge wave of energy that you are bringing into March, and especially with the Prince of Cups, just know that your feelings about the situation are going to be able to help guide you into responding the way that you want to respond. And this next card, let's see how you can partner with your strategy, since we're talking about, you know, doing and taking action, not waiting for anything to do that. You're also somebody who needs to envision what it is that you really want, envision the outcome that you want, be able to inform and take action through that. And we see the Seven of Sea. And the Seven of Sea, we say that these bubbles to me are representing all the things that you've been wanting to do. So maybe all the projects that you've been wanting, the home DIY projects, you know, how you want to show up in all the different roles that you have, maybe even within your own self-care and spiritual practices. There seems to be a lot of things catching your attention right now. And the Seven of Sea with the Prince of Cups, you know, these are both water signs. So really feeling into what it is that your heart wants and being able to choose from that, knowing that you actually can have it all. You are the energy type that is here to multitask, to go ahead and take action and be able to initiate as well as follow through on building whatever it is that you want to build. And we see this cat is really being drawn to this one thing right here. So noticing what is it that is creating that biggest spark for you, that's really drawing your attention, that you're most curious to try, and starting there, knowing that the other things will be there and you can start those projects, you can continue maintaining those projects as well. But there seems to be something, like one thing that is pulling you in that direction more of, and to go ahead and do that. This being number 7 as well corresponds to looking within yourself, knowing that you are being spiritually guided. And so really letting that emotion and trusting that whatever it is that's letting you up is exactly what you are supposed to be doing, and to not wait to take action on that. So how you can tend to your needs this month, because you are somebody who requires external stimulus more so than the generator, and you also are able to take that action to multitask. We have the Ace of Sea. The Ace of Sea here we see as more water coming your way, this maybe need for flow, and how
you need perhaps more flow in your life, flow in your work, flow in your relationships, and be able to initiate just that beginning phase. So these two kind of being aligned in that way, as well as being able to listen to what it is that you truly want and go down that path instead of perhaps whatever has been holding you back, whatever has taken away from too much energy perhaps. But it comes as a reminder to renew your intentions and come back home to why it is that you're doing everything that you're doing. Maybe you've been afraid to show up for yourself, for your business, or for a romantic partner that you want to create, show up on dating apps, show up in your health and wellness. But knowing why you want to do something is going to help drive you into that right direction. It's going to help fuel that fire that's within you, that your spirit is trying to give you that nudge into where you should really be doing. This comes to this idea that your soul's desires are far wiser than your mind's fears. And with what I'm seeing so far, some things that might have been blocking you may have been fear or judgment or thinking that you have to get it right. But there is no such thing as that. You just need to follow what it is that's guiding your heart, one thing at a time, knowing that you can have it all, but you might not be able to do it all at once right now. We also see here that with the priestess, being able to actually maybe come back to yourself, ask yourself truly what it is that you want, be able to connect with yourself, knowing that you are the wise being that you have been perhaps searching for, perhaps you have been putting your energy into trying to find answers from other people, and that might have been leaving you frustrated or angry. Maybe you've been feeling overworked or held back in some way, and that's not what we want. So this card comes as how you can lift that away from you, how you can also avoid your not self theme of being frustrated and angry in the coming month. So with the priestess, you can see that she's deep in her amethyst cave with the knight, and she's gazing directly at you, directly into your soul. So it's this understanding of, based off of the journey that you're wanting to create and where it is that your heart's taking you. With this Ace of C, we see number 1 and then number 2 right here. Going on that journey with your soul, there seems to be a lot of deepening within your spiritual practice, within your expansion into becoming who it is that you really want to become. And the priestess comes with a message of being able to listen to yourself, to listen to your intuition, that you are, there is no wrong or right decision, that you do know best for yourself and you can trust that. And now let's see how you can have more of your signature self, which is satisfaction and peace. And we have the 6 of C reversed here. So I'm seeing its need for play. You may have been neglecting this for yourself, but in order to create more satisfaction, more peace in your life coming March, do not neglect the playtime that you have with yourself. And this also comes as a, if you have been playing a lot, if this doesn't resonate with you, what's coming to mind is perhaps finding play within the work that you do. And a reminder for yourself that it's time to take some more responsibility, to know that you are the person who can create your own reality, that there might have been this disconnect between being this playful kitten that's being young, innocent, maybe naive, or maybe you are, just starting a relationship, maybe you are just starting a career path and you don't feel like you really know what you're doing, but that you are way more connected with this tiger spirit, this grown version of yourself than you think you are, that both of you are the same person, just at different times in your life. And trusting yourself to be able to create that result through not being afraid to take action, not being afraid to kind of experiment, let yourself be a beginner, let yourself play, and bring this intention of youthfulness into your work. That's going to allow you to actually feel way more satisfied, and it's going to give you the information that you need to know if you want to fully commit to something. Because remember, as a manifesting generator, you're also here to test things out, to initiate whatever it is that you want to create, but also to build. So before you build something, initiate in a way that allows you to see and tap into how it is that you really feel about something, and be able to build from there. But in doing so, you're going to need to let yourself play a little bit more within what it is that you want to do, and also outside of that in your life, so that you can have that satisfaction and peace to ground you throughout the process. Now let's pull another card to just see a final message from your spirit. And this is my own deck, the Spread Your Sparkles deck. I'm going to be making this available for pre-order soon. This is just a 10 card deck, but I will be expanding that as well. And we have for the message for you that setbacks are just obstacles making you stronger before you get to the top of the hill. I did not move that up, by the way. If you just saw that lift up, that was not me. So really being clear here that setbacks are just obstacles making you stronger before you get to the top of the hill, and to pause and see what your spirit is trying to teach you. So through all the things that you're doing right now, because you might have a lot on your plate, as all manifesting generators typically do, really let yourself have that luxurious time to come back into your own wisdom, your higher self, that priestess that's in the cave with her amethyst, being able to listen to your spirit and integrate those messages so that you can continue forward in this month at full speed ahead, not getting held back anymore. And just know that you are on the right path, that whatever setbacks have come in the way have come to your advantage of learning these lessons ahead of time. Do not try to bulldoze over them. Don't try to shame yourself or, throw them into the wind. These are all things that you need to kind of gather up your strength, kind of work those muscles as you're walking up that hill into where you want to go. Otherwise, you wouldn't have the strength at the top of the hill to stay there. You would just need to come back down for more air. So know that all these obstacles and all these setbacks are really here for you to gather that strength, both internally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. So that is everything for your reading for this month. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a bubble emoji in the comment section so I know that you are a manifesting generator here and that you enjoyed your reading. I'd love to hear your takeaways, and I will see you in the next one. Hello, my beautiful projectors. I hope you are doing well, and welcome to your March energy reading. So we are going to start off with just picking a card that represents the current energy that you are embodying and the energy that you are moving into the month with. And this one is calling my name. So we have the Princess of Cups, and the Princess of Cups is a beautiful, feminine, youthful energy that is known in traditional tarot decks as the Page of Cups. And the princess is somebody who is very in touch with their own emotions. They feel very deeply, and they are really here, as you can see, very peaceful on her face, kind of just reveling in how she feels. So what I'm seeing for you in March is being able to connect with your emotions more, really being able to know what it is that you truly want, what is your heart's desires, and feeling all those feelings, as there's not much for you to worry about right now. You're on this new path, on this new journey of creating, and allowing your heart to guide the way is going to be the way forward. So let's go ahead and see how we can partner more with your purpose here. This first card that we're going to pull is, remember, you are here to guide the energy of the collective. You are the seer. You are here to create that path for generators, manifestors, and all the other energy types to be able to move forward. And we have the Ace of Earth. And the Ace of Earth is an earth card that, I'm going to bring it up so that you can see better. But the Ace of Earth is telling you that in order to align with your purpose here of being able to guide the energy, you need to find some grounding within yourself. This might be being able to set your intentions, setting your goals clearly as March comes, and that being an Earth card as well, kind of dealing with the material world, being able to deal with the body as well, and like, how are you caring for your body? How are you feeling about your finances, your stability, even with instability of your relationships, your career, and making sure that you are renewing your intentions for this coming month to take care of your physical vessel, knowing that that is going to be the thing that allows you to be guided into helping others use their energy properly and also be able to tend to yourself. Remember, as a non-energy type, that you're going to need that solitude to come back home to yourself and listen to, what it is that you really want to do and use your energy effectively. So let's see how you can partner more with your strategy and within your mind, how you can make decisions better this month. We see the Chariot, and the Chariot is a major arcana card. I'm seeing a lot of this theme of being able to drive people in a direction, and this is really aligned with that projector energy, where we see these two dogs, these two hounds, which are the doers, and then we have the cat in the chariot kind of just guiding and telling them where to go, right? And these being the generators and manifesting generators that you are here to help guide in the collective, and then you not having to really put in that physical effort of doing, but rather using your energy to penetrate through and help guide so that they are going in the right direction. So making sure that whatever you are doing in the coming this month, whatever projects or goals that you have set these intentions, that they're all aligned with what it is that you want, and that all these areas of your life, you're making decisions to bring you to your highest self, to go in that aligned direction. We don't want these dogs going in separate directions and pulling the chariot so that it's not really moving. And so as you make those decisions for yourself, being able to really connect with what it is that you want. Now, in terms of being able to wait for the invitation, I'm seeing here that March is actually going to be really great for you, where I see this light being shined through, being this sign that you are going to be recognized. You're going to receive that recognition that you've been waiting for, and that people will be eager to have you guide them. They know that you are for them. They know that, you know, you have their best interests in mind. They can see how powerful you are as a projector, and really, you know, seeing that your spirit's being lit up. So remembering also to be as much of yourself as possible. This is not the time to stay hidden. This is not the time to kind of just, you know, be at home and reflect on things, but rather being able to share your projector energy through your perspectives, through, you know, what it is that you're doing in your life, where it is that you're going, the goals that you have, and sharing that on social media. If you have like a business, if you are within a career, really being able to show, like, you know, this, what you're about, showing your own power, and in your relationships being able to show up for yourself and for others in the way of listening to what it is that your spirit's guiding you to do, whether that is resting or, you know, picking up a hobby for yourself as you're waiting to be recognized, as you're waiting for that invitation. And here we also see, for your needs to be recognized, we see the Sea King here. And the Sea King is somebody who have kind of mastered their emotional state. They're somebody who's able to find that calm, find that peace, and you see them just relaxing by a rock. And this comes to you as more a validation that this month you can really sit back and just enjoy being recognized for your work, being ready to receive that as well. That might be the work that you need to do this month, is less so doing and making sure that you are, you know, putting out offers or going on dates or, you know, whatever it is for your health and wellness as well. Like, you know, whatever that pushing is, that this is actually a time to do some more receiving, maybe that self-care that you've been neglecting yourself, giving yourself that luxurious spa day or time to reflect, and that way of going about it will amplify your energy. I know in this card I just said it's not a time to reflect, but you know, that over reflection, that overthinking, that kind of impatient reflection that you might drop into when you are just waiting for that recognition, and being able to recognize yourself and what it is that you need and tend to that. The Sea King also being part of the cups is reminiscent of this Princess of Cups. And so we see this transition from going from the princess, which is this young, innocent beginning of the cups, to the Sea King being fully fledged, being able to be in his power, be this compassionate leader, and that this whole journey for yourself this month is going to bring you to that Sea King if you're able to tend to your needs, tend to your heart. So let's see how you can also avoid your not self theme or lift it if that has been something that has been bothering you. And remember, your not self theme as a projector is bitterness and feeling managed. Oh, we see consequences. So there is a lot of rope being tied up in this cat, and we see that they did not really understand the consequences of playing with this ball of rope, that now they are kind of stuck and tattered with all those things, even though it might have been fun in the moment, that, well, because they didn't really look ahead of time or look into the future, that they were not able to anticipate, you know, this chaos that has ensued because of it. So for you, my fellow projectors, I am really encouraging you here to look ahead of what it is that you're doing. Maybe you have been pushing yourself too much. Maybe you have been trying to act as a generator because you know exactly what it is that you want. You know how you can help people, but maybe you have been pushing your own agenda too much onto other people, or you have been pushing your own energy to its limits, and now you're dealing with the consequences. So if you're dealing with those consequences of feeling overworked, tied up, you know, feeling even helpless because your energy type is one that requires other people's recognition in order to be able to help guide others, that by moving forward in March, understanding, you know, the lessons that you have learned thus far of how to use your energy, how you need to be recognized, and all those things is going to allow you to avoid these negative consequences where you do feel bitter or unseen or feeling too managed, too overworked. This also is a Reminder to not move forward in any opportunities that you might have that make you feel overly managed, that might make you feel tied up. Listen to your intuition here and remember that you are a free spirit. Oh, and we have a card that totally flew out. Give me a second to get that. So this card completely fell out of the deck onto the ground, but it was the Ace of C reversed. And this final card comes to you as a message from your spirit to help create more of that signature self that you have, that success. And the Ace of C is a card that symbolizes the beginning of a new journey within your emotional state, within being able to partner with how it is that you feel, listening to how you feel even. And this might seem to me as really connected with the consequences of perhaps you have been pushing down how it is that you feel, but it's time to really get into that. As you know, your signature is success. You are meant to be successful, but you are not able to do that unless you feel it. So maybe you've also been mitigating your own successes. Maybe there are things that have happened for you that you are not celebrating, that you are not seeing as true successes, and in some way you are not inviting in more to come up, more recognition, more to be seen, and to go back and look at all the things that you have done, all the things that you've accomplished, all the people that you have helped and guided in the world and the collective, and recognize yourself for that. Being able to also celebrate those successes publicly with other people, especially if you're an entrepreneur in your marketing efforts as well, to really show that, show examples of how you've been recognized, to let other people see what you're all about. Remember, if you're trying to manifest more success into your life, you have to see yourself as already successful. And as projectors, you might struggle with being able to see yourself, being able to really feel that success without other people recognizing it for you. And while obviously that is part of your process, part of your journey into being able to help people is receiving those people who are going to be able to see you for your gifts and your talents, you're also going to need to be able to see that for yourself first so that you can energetically show up in a way that is magnetic to those people and attract in the right people who are seeing you for those successes. Because if you're not seeing it, you're not going to be able to draw in people who see it as well. You're going to draw in those people who doubt. Now, as a final message to you from your spirit, from Sparkles, this is my own deck, by the way. I'm going to bring this into pre-orders quite soon, so be on the lookout for that. But for right now, Sparkles has a message for you, and it is: nothing has gone wrong. Trust your spirit to guide you and tune into what it's telling you. So really align with that projector energy here. We see Sparkles just kind of hugging themselves and letting their sparkles fly out. We're knowing that when you see your own path of even you can feel confused and, maybe your judgment is being muddled, when you can see that nothing has gone wrong, that you are on the right path for yourself, and you can tune into your own intuition, your own energy of where you want to go, what you're trying to do, where you should be putting your energy in, everything works out. You can feel that peace. You can feel successful in where you are currently and lead you into more success. So that is everything for your March reading today. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a sparkle emoji down in the comments so that I know that you are projected, that you're here to represent. And also give me some of those takeaways of how you felt this reading resonated with you. And I will see you in the next one. Hello, my beautiful manifestors, and welcome to your March reading. We are going to start off with just selecting a card. These are the 16 court cards in tarot, and we're going to see what is the current energy that you're in right now, what you're bringing to March. What I'm seeing for you is the Prince of Pentacles. So the Prince of Pentacles is this very youthful, masculine energy type, and the princes are also known as knights in traditional tarot, and they're all about taking action, being able to drive forward, and being able to get into, that fight, being able to do. And with the Prince of Pentacles, I'm seeing a lot of that earth energy of being ready. Now, they're not currently in action, but being ready to take action. And within your material world right now, maybe within your finances, within your household, maybe even within your fashion or your looks, having all the things in that material world, there seems to be this energy of getting ready to, gearing up for a fight, gearing up to take more action. So maybe you have a goal of increasing your finances this month. Maybe you have a goal of being able to express yourself in the material world more, grow your following even. But as a manifester, you are here to lead the collective and initiate impact. So I'm also not surprised that I see this for you, because you are here to initiate something for the world. And what I'm seeing here as how you can partner with that more, how you can align yourself with your purpose, is the Sky King. And the Sky King is a sky card which is associated with the mind, associated with your thought. So I'm seeing a lot of need for that clarity of mind. And the Sea King here, you can see that their expression is quite stoic, similar to the Prince of Pentacles, kind of just waiting for this action. And it's interesting to have this parallel of the prince and the king, because the king is like the evolved form of that masculine energy that hits more on social responsibility, as the king is somebody who cares for their people. And what I'm seeing for you here, as you are trying to hear more of what you're trying to initiate into the world, what impact you're trying to create, how you want to lead, to take some time to really think and look broadly, look at the whole situation of things, of how you want to guide the collective. What is it that you want to bring into the world? What service you want to maybe cultivate? Even within your own life, how is it that you want to lead yourself and lead other people? We also see in the Sky King that they're kind of secluded in their own winter wonderland here, loafing, as we see, as cats do, and that this might come as a reminder to you to take that time to introspect within yourself, to really go into your thoughts and think things through. Think about what it is that you want to create, how that might go, the path forward, and be able to decide from there. Now, your strategy here is also to inform before acting. So you're here to really share that information and share that knowledge that you know. And as the king is very wise, we see that as well. And we see the hermit. So these are actually very aligned right here. It seems like March is going to be a time of major introspection for you, of getting clear on what it is that you're really wanting to create. And coming into the autumn equinox, the spring equinox, I'm seeing a lot of this energy of channeling into this next transition of what are the seeds that you want to plant this next season. And in order to find out, you need to go within. You need to be able to separate yourself from the noise in the world around you and hear what is it that you want to create that's going to allow you to reap the fruits of your labor. You have been working really hard and maybe even showing up for other people, but really align yourself more with what is it that's impactful for you, pruning anything that is not serving you, pruning anything that you don't truly want to create, and instead spending that energy figuring out what it is that you do want to create. And you can only find that really by retreating within, but being careful not to go too much within to the point where you're only reflecting and only thinking about what it is that you want to create, because remember, you are here to lead the initiative. You are here to create action into the world. So without you putting out what it is that you have been wanting to create, whether that is a new project, a new service, maybe it is a new way to go about dates, or if you have a current partner, a new structure for your chores, even like without you being able to initiate and bring that into the world doesn't have that direction of where to go. So remember that is part of your strategy. So in terms of how to connect more with your needs, what your heart really needs, you require a lot of correct timing in order to be a powerful manifester in the collective. And we have the Six of Sky. So we see tons of retreating, a lot of pausing energy, right? So a lot of this is not necessarily doing. We see the Prince of Pentacles being still. We see the Sky King being still and being really into his thoughts. We see the Hermit being able to introspect in more spiritual sense and listening to their intuition, listening to what the spirit guides have to say. And now we see the Six of Sky, where this cat is leaving the chaos. We see that they are scathed, that they have been perhaps hurt or been influenced by all this chaos that's going on within them. And this shows me that maybe within your mind there has been a lot of chaos, a lot of perhaps judgment, a lot of what I should do, what I shouldn't do, where I want to go, maybe even just confusion in where it is that you are going, what is it that you are trying to initiate, is what you're doing working, and that it's time to leave this chaos, and that it's okay to retreat from the mind and actually tend to more of your heart. Be able to make sure that you have that energy so that you can initiate more, so that you can get that clarity and move full force into the next battle, right? These two being parallels, I see as a strong message for you that in order to move forward this month, in order to kind of use the spring equinox energy into full force and bring whatever you want to manifest in, you need to be very clear about what it is that you're initiating and why you're initiating as well. Making sure that it is not just serving you, but also serving the collective, and vice versa, not just serving the collective, but also serving you. As we know, your not self theme is anger and feeling controlled. So let's see how we can avoid that, or how you can lift that. And we see the Sky Queen. So you have a lot of sky cards, which is indicative of the mind, of intellect. I question here if you are overthinking, or if you're spending too much time in your mind, and that by retreating into yourself and retreating into your soul, that you're maybe not allowing yourself to move forward. But regardless, if you are resonating with this energy of this time is for you to slow down, to reflect, to be clear on what it is that you want to initiate. We also have the Sky Queen, who is more of this compassionate soul who's overlooking other people. And what I'm seeing here is actually probably very aligned with what we have in these previous cards, where maybe you have been looking and thinking too much about the other people around you. You have been perhaps even overbearing in your thoughts, not necessarily in your actions, but just other people taking too much room into your mind. So perhaps your partner, perhaps a family member or a friend, or even people at your work. Maybe the collective is not going in a direction that you really want to go. Maybe you are caught up in an initiative that you didn't want to initiate. Whatever it is, there is this energy that you are overlooking other people, and there's taking too much time and energy into your thoughts. And while being a leader, being somebody who is here to help initiate impact for the collective, there's also a separation there that is required for you to not feel angry, to not feel controlled within what it is that you're doing. And also this comes as a reminder to let go of control of other people. If you are, thinking about how you want to start new projects or start a new routine, whatever it is within yourself, within your own life, or within other people's lives, that you are only responsible for yourself. And you cannot ever manipulate, say anything to make anyone do whatever it is that they want to do. Making sure that you are informing of why beforehand can also help avoid this. Remember, partner with your strategy here. Inform other people of why you're making your decisions, what's in it for them, what's in it for the collective, and also how they are benefiting you as well, in order to help get that ball rolling into that initiative, but not letting other people take up that much space, that much emotional energy that is draining you, making you feel angry, or making you feel like you are out of control. And let's see also this last message from your spirit of how you can partner more with your signature self and create more peace in your life. Remember, as a manifestor, your signature is being at peace. And we see the 5 of fire. And the 5 of fire, we see these 5 kittens with this burning lotus over here. And I'm seeing this lot of playfulness and also this change that's coming to light. Now, the fire cards is also known as the wands in traditional tarot. It's all about following your intuition. And I see here that there's going to be a big shift within what your intuition is telling you. Perhaps this is what has been leading up to this card in this entire reading so far, is by spending all this time kind of peeling away other people's energy from you, being able to reflect back to you. Because remember, you also have an open sacral, but you do have that energy to initiate, that you need this time to introspect as well, to know where you're going. And in this time of introspection, don't be surprised if something comes up where you are being pulled to a completely different direction, maybe even changing your career, changing your relationships, leaving a relationship or starting a new relationship, even reprioritization of what it is that you really want. Don't be surprised if that's happening, because with the 5 of fire, we're seeing this change in your intuition, maybe even being able to create more clarity in that. And we see all these kittens kind of play fighting as well, and knowing that this is nothing to fear, and that you might also need to give yourself that space to play around with whatever it is that your intuition is bringing to light for you. You're bound to have multiple messages from spirit coming up if you're going to be hermiting and thinking, being in your thinking mind so much. And once you are able to go through that journey, this Prince of Pentacles we see here kind of moving into the 5 of fire of what's at the end of this, what is going to bring you that peace in your life, is going to be able to take action. Remember that this awareness is only as good as what you do with it. So once you are aware of where it is that you want to go, whatever direction your intuition is taking you, to take action, just as fiery as these kittens would be. Now let's pull a final message from Spirit here, and this is the Spread Your Sparkles deck. This is my own personal deck that I've created, and I will be expanding this deck and be making it available for pre-sale as well if you are interested. But this last message that we have for you is nothing has gone wrong. Trust your spirit to guide you and tune into what it is telling you. So we see here some solace as well, again with spirit kind of hugging itself, that you are in a position where you might be feeling confused, you might have been overthinking, you might have energy being pulling you in different directions. You might even have been in this mental chaos, this cacophony of not sure what you should be doing. And as an initiator, it can maybe even feel uncomfortable to be in this in-between phase of not knowing what it is that you're working towards, what you're wanting to initiate. But nothing has gone wrong. And as you go through this process this month, as you get more clarity on what it is that you're truly wanting to create in this world, what you're trying to initiate in your own personal life, it's going to help bring you that inner peace and give you that purpose again. It's kind of going to rekindle that flame, because we've seen you be in the snow, in the dark, being alone, and now we're seeing you finally with other people, other kittens, other energies, other spirits, and being able to use all those flames together, almost embodying the purpose of your energy type here in the collective to initiate, and we see all that fire finally being lit up by the end of this month. So I hope that you enjoyed your reading for today, and if you did, go ahead and leave a fire emoji in the comments so that we know that you are a manifestor and that you enjoyed your reading, and I will see you in the next one. Hello, my beautiful reflectors. You are a rare one indeed, and we are going to go ahead and start your March reading today, so thank you for being here with me. This first card is going to represent the energy that you are currently in, where it is that you are going as well in March, and we are seeing the Queen of Wands for you. The Queen of Wands is very divinely tapped into their feminine energy that, if you see here, there's also this little cat here. We're just kind of enjoying their presence. It's funny, we see this huge fire in the back as well, and what I'm seeing here for you is actually like the burning down of all this BS that maybe you've been dealing with in the past, and being able to connect back with your intuition, be able to connect back with your magic. The Queen of Wands is also kind of the queen of intuition, if you will, because Wands represents the intuition, the spirit, and as you being a reflector, there is this great energy where you are here to mirror, you be a mirror for the collective. You're here to kind of bring other people's magic into light. And while there might be this perspective that the reflectors are kind of these very gentle types, you see here that your energy is not just this gentle type, but actually a very powerful queen who is a compassionate leader, who is very tapped into themselves. And these queens are also the feminine energy of being a little bit more introspective, of being a little bit more introverted, which may or may not align with you. But this card kind of comes with this message for you to tap into your magic this month. So let's go ahead and see how, as a reflector, you can partner and align more with your purpose, remembering that your purpose for this energy type is to gauge how the collective is doing and be a mirror to transform and uplift that energy. And we have Good Kitty. Oh, so I love this. I already see the parallels between these two cards, where the Good Kitty was reversed, right? And we saw this fire kind of being blown up here. It's really a time for you to stop caring so much about other people's BS. I know, especially as a reflector, as being a non-energy type, you're so subjective to taking in everybody else's energy, worry about what everyone else is doing, and help, showing them who they are, that you might not be having enough time to kind of sample around and do the things that you want to do. Maybe start new hobbies that you want to start, or you're not thinking about your own personal life, remembering that you are more than just this energy type. You are also a full-fledged human with your own life, with your own goals. The Good Kitty here in traditional tarot is also representative of Judgment. It's number 20, and Judgment kind of being able to see and judge other people, judging yourself based off of your own personal values, based on what you see. So what I'm seeing here being it reversed, how you can help guide the collective, is actually to notice where you have been giving too much lenience in your judgment and actually being able to speak your truth, or actually being too harsh in your judgment where you're not making space for that balance of there's good in the bad and there's bad in the good. Really being able to bring that back into balance for you is going to be important in how you can lead yourself and lead the collective in that direction. But I'm sensing a lot of energy within your own personal life this March, not so much with the collective. Obviously, you're always doing that, but perhaps you have been too hard on yourself. Perhaps you have been even acting out of your values. Or maybe your values are changing, and just taking that time to reflect with yourself this month, be the queen that you really are, be able to have that magic, be lit up again. You're going to need to let go of whatever has been holding you back, whatever negative judgments, perceptions, paradigms of thought that you no longer resonate with, and make space for the new thoughts that you do resonate with. So your strategy here is to wait a full moon cycle before you make a decision, right? And let's see how you can, make better decisions this month. And we see the Five of Sky also reversed. And the Five of Sky is all about the mind as well. So this positioning being, kind of perfect here. 5 being the number of transition as well. We see big changes in your thought patterns. So I see a lot of chaos, but in the best direction possible for you this month, where we saw the Queen of Wands with the fire, we also saw the good kitty being reversed, and now we see the Five of Sky, where we see these cats almost bullying this other cat that doesn't belong, that they're trying to get rid of this. And for you within this, I'm seeing that maybe you have been really harsh on yourself, and almost pushing your own intuition, pushing your own desires and wants out of your life. Maybe you've been counting yourself out of things, living into too strongly the labels that have been put on you, or that you've put on yourself, and that it's making you yourself feel ostracized in your situations. And within the decisions that you're making, maybe you're thinking too independently, you're trying to figure everything out yourself, but know that you can also receive support. You can ask other people. There are people that you can trust. You do belong wherever it is that you are with whatever you're trying to do. You're not an imposter or any of these things. I'm just sensing a lot of that need for compassion for yourself here, where you might be othering yourself, outing yourself, and it's not necessary. With your strategy of waiting for a full moon cycle and stuff, this card is coming as a message that in this time when you are making decisions, if you are waiting to kind of hear what it is that you truly want, where it is that you're really going, that you need to also build in that time for compassion. See the voices that are in your head that need to be dethroned. And what I'm seeing here, this parallel with the Queen of Wands, is dethroning these other cats, these other voices in your head, these criticisms, these judgments that you might be facing, and burn them to the ground so that you can reconnect with your power, right? Be that cat that you can trust in yourself. So let's go ahead and see also how you can give yourself more of what you need. And this deals with the heart. Remember that what you need here is time to evaluate, because you don't have that divine center. And we see here the Fire Queen. So we see a lot of divine feminine energy for you. Time to connect with that. And if you are a man watching this, know that you have divine feminine energy within you just as much as you have divine masculine energy. And the divine feminine energy is all about that sensual self, your own personal being able to receive, not just always do or take action, but also knowing your worthiness as just being. We see the Fire Queen here enjoying all these explosions, these fireworks that are going off in her honor, and she feels so proud of herself for this. Now, the Queen of Wands and the Fire Queen are actually the same card, just in 2 different decks. So this coming as even a stronger message of you, that you are going to be in this fiery energy where you're going to be able to receive, be tapped into your magic this month. This is going to be a great month for you if you're able to kind of recognize what it is that you need, what you want, and be able to move forward with that. This being said, one of the things that is also coming up for the Fire Queen, how you can give yourself what you need, is give yourself time to make any decisions that you want to make, that there is no rush. Remember, a queen makes their decisions on her own pace. She is fully sovereign. You don't need to have all these other people's opinions coming into the room. You're able to trust yourself because you are a queen in your own right. It brings up this scene from The Princess Diaries, actually, where a queen is never late and her people are just early, kind of bringing that energy into your month, that your decisions are never late. You don't have to feel rushed in making a decision. You're allowed to have that luxurious time, because that is just who you are. That's what you deserve, and that is going to benefit not just you, but also the collective and the others who are impacted by your decisions, if you are able to respect your strategy and your needs. Now, this next card is how we can avoid your not self, which is disappointment and feeling ignored, and also how you can lift that. And we see the Three of Fire here, and the Three of Fire, this cat is actually, in terms of the imagery, this cat is kind of looking at a door. They're very curious about what's behind that door, and they have already taken action in some way. They have decided to go forward in one path, and now they are continuing on that journey, starting to take action and letting curiosity lead them. So in order to avoid feeling disappointed this month, really allowing yourself to lead with curiosity. You have a lot of fire cards, a lot of intuition here, and not what we were seeing here with what was maybe blocking you is the Five of Sky, your thoughts, really feeling into what it is that you want to create, what it is that you want to experience in life to help guide you in the right direction. Make sure that you're using your energy properly here as well, and not letting others get in the way of you recognizing your own value here, and how you're allowed to also not be a mirror for other people. Naturally, part of your energy type is that willingness to serve, that wanting to serve, but that you are also allowed to go for what it is that you want. That just seems to be a very strong, resounding message that's wanting to come through this month. And this last card that wanted to fall out is the Three of Sky. So this is how you can create more of that signature surprise that your energy type loves. And we see here with the Three of Sky that these cats are creating chaos. They are now knocking over all these vases. They're destroying all these things without any hesitation, without any understanding of how it's impacting other people. And we see this cat here just kind of like looking directly at you as it's going to, push something down and ruin these ornaments and vases and whatnot. And what I'm seeing here as it being reversed is as you go along March and maybe transition into this version of yourself that's more taking care of your own self versus the collective and other people around you, is to be aware of your impact on others as well, making sure that you're not being completely mischievous and reckless for the sake of that, but that you're doing things with intention, and this being within your thoughts as well, that you're not letting the cacophony of your mind and whatever chaos or bullies that are within there get to you. One other thing that is coming up for the Three of Sky, known as the Three of Swords in traditional tarot, is that there might be feelings of being deeply hurt and also being deeply disappointed, which is your non-self theme. So I'm sensing that you might be holding on to something that might have hurt you a lot in the past, maybe this last month, that maybe the things that are driving you to set these better boundaries, to knowing more about the things that you've been letting affect you in your life, knowing more about the sources of these voices in your head that might not have been serving you, that's making you forget about your own power, your own magic, and actually being able to let go of this month. I see that in this card that if you are able to kind of put those conflicts behind and forgive, kind of move on from whatever these situations has been, you'll be able to lean more into those curiosities, be able to do more within your life that does bring you joy, that does bring you back more love, and reconnect you with your own spirit, with that Queen of Wands energy. So I have one final message for you from Spirit, and this is my own deck called Spread Your Sparkles, and I will be expanding this deck and bringing it to pre-sales quite soon, so look forward to that. But your message from Sparkles is, you can always come home to yourself. And the question for you is, how can you make yourself a more loving and safe space for your spirit to come home to? So again, really being clear here that your spirit has been ignored, maybe your intuition has been ignored, but that it is very, very strong, and you can rely on yourself. You can trust your own intuition. While you are a non-energy type in human design, it doesn't make you less of an energetic being, from the sense that you have a very potent aura about you, that you have this beauty and all these sparkles and all this love to give and to receive, and to allow yourself to reap the own benefits of your own energy. So that is everything for today's reading. If you enjoyed it, if you got to the end, please go ahead and leave a firework emoji in the comments so that we know that you are a reflector, and let me know any takeaways that you have, how you felt about this reading today, if you felt like it was accurate. And with that, I will see you next time.